Hey there, guys. Elton here, aka Retro Old School, in my somewhat humble apartment here in Montreal in the Hochelaga sector in the East End. And it's currently Monday morning, May 27th, 2019. It's, let's see here, 10:11. 10:11. Like an L1011. Huh? Yeah. So I just hit the 25,000 mark for subscribers, and of course I wanted to make this video to thank all you guys for that, and also talk about that for a few minutes, and maybe something else too. I wanted to tie in there, show you guys some of the stuff that I have always for sale. Kinds of stuff that I list on Kijiji. And well, first of all, I do want to thank all you guys, especially those of you guys who've been with me for a long time, you know, for years, 2 years, 5 years. You know, I started filming at the end of 2008, and it's funny because I didn't realize when I bought a digital camera that that I was able to make videos with it. And it was an old friend of mine who, I wish we were still friends, but, you know, it didn't work out. I guess you could say we're too much alike, but he's the one who told me, he's the one who had turned me on to YouTube, so I got pretty addicted to YouTube like so many other people, you know, and I think YouTube is really the most amazing thing about the internet, you know, and it's so popular that it's even more popular now than television. Because obviously, whatever your interest in, you're gonna find a video or videos about that, you know. And yeah, so the first video I had made at the end of 2008, it was really just to try out the video on the camera, and it was just basically a typical LFS Nova bus. This was right before the scrap came out, you know, before 2009. And just that night, in the when I lived in the NDG sector of the city, which I miss, but it's gotten too expensive to live there. Anyway, and you know, to go back to, so you know, I was doing this here and there, and I wasn't even filming cars in the streets because I didn't think that you weren't allowed to show the license plates. You know, people still think that too. You know, and it's. I guess it's normal to think that in this day and age anyway, you know. And so, but also specifically to go back to you guys, and I thought it's funny, I was thinking, how do I thank all you guys, try to make it personally, and I figure I could rattle off all these names because so many of you guys are named Brian, so many of you guys are named Bob, so many of you guys are named Robert, or you know, Mike and Mark and David. And actually, speaking of David, I made a few close friends thanks to YouTube that I've never met, but I talk on a regular basis, you know, on the phone, and you know, which by the way, to me, aside from the car, the telephone is the most important invention man has ever made. Even though unfortunately these are, I've come to call these, you know, mind control devices, and you know, when you look at people in the urban centers like me, are just constantly walking around looking at their phones. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I don't have a data plan, because I don't want to become like people like that, you know. But I've got my friend David in Cape Cod, my friend, you know, my friend Andre in Toronto, and you know, there's also recently I got in contact with Scott out in Alberta, whose channel is awesome. It's Cold War Motors. Any of you guys who love old cars like me, specifically from the 70s and older, especially the more weird stuff, I mean, you know, this guy is awesome. Him and his friends, I'm pleased to give him a shout out to, you know, to continue saving saving all these old rusty cars that could have gone literally to the scrapyard and they could have been crushed. Excuse me. And also that reminds me, I was checking out a video from another guy. I think he's subscribed to me still. I know I've been subscribed to him for a while. His name is Dan's Model Works, and he builds fantastic models, and there's a street cleaner going by right now outside my window, but I can't show it to you because I don't want to move the camera from where it is right now. I have it sitting on like a porcelain bowl so that it's at good eye level, so you see me. And actually, I didn't even check to see if this thing is filming correctly. I gotta stop this a second. In terms of me being framed correctly, I checked it before, but I didn't check it again. Yeah, it looks great. It looks perfect. I even got the camera set up there also on a. I had it on automatic in terms of white balanced lighting there, but I actually put it under fluorescent lightings because I think there's more kind of a red tone to the image, and I thought it would look better, and especially since I guess I'm fair skinned and kind of that Irish Irish redness and all that. I figured go with everything. I even closed the blinds here in the background so that there was too much not too much bright lighting. I got 2 of the lights on here, and that's another thing I wanted to touch on. I mean, again, I can't thank you guys enough, not only for being subscribed and being loyal to my channel, encouraging with your kind words and support and your likes. And for somebody like me, that means a lot also, not only because I'm so obsessed with this and I put up 3-4 videos, sometimes 5 a day, trying to bring you constant quality videos. And but also for a guy like me who's bipolar, manic depressant, I come to a crossroads recently. I guess when I had the melanoma diagnosis in December, and I had the operation. Now I'm all clear, everything's fine. That's why my hair's all uneven, because my top of my head is uneven, so I have to get my hair trimmed because I had to have it shaved when I had the operation. Anyway, it's given me a new light on things, a new perspective to try not to sweat the small stuff, and to not look at look at really the more positive side of things. Like, for example, all your positive comments you guys give me, none of these fucking bullshit comments from people and stupid dislikes, and because I'm not going to please everybody, and there's people I'm going to piss off, but for the most part it's generally positive. I mean, a character like me, again, being bipolar, and being a Capricorn, being part Irish, being part French Quebecois, I'm going to ruffle a few feathers, and I've been doing that for years. I even had a guy recently commented, and he says, he writes, like, he was French. He's like, "Oh, I like your videos. They're sont génial." He's like, "But you talk too much." And I remember hearing that from my ex-friend Simon. Simon's a good guy, but I remember one time he told me, he's like, he said, "You and me, we're the same," and he was right. Very similar characters, very temperamental, very judgmental, but he did tell me one time that I talk too much, and it's true. I mean, there's one guy I'm subscribed to. He's subscribed to me. He's an ex-Montrealer. He goes by the name of Corvair Wild. The guy's an old car fanatic, and he knows this stuff so much. It's fucking mind-boggling. Even some of the stuff he knows. He's like a computer. And but he does talk too much at times. He's just a big talker like me. We're just one of those types. And my friend Dave in Cape Cod. Again, we both talk so much that we often cut each other off while we're talking. It's not something that I'm proud of, And also, I wanted to thank all you guys for sending me any kind of donations or gifts you have. Cash wise, through PayPal or e-transfer. It helps because you see that I don't have any fancy clothes. There's no bullshit. I'm the real deal. I'm as honest as it gets. My apartment is just a small 2-bedroom apartment. I live in a quasi ghetto. I'm doing this full time, and I used to have a problem asking people for help or asking for donations, but the fact of the matter is, there's nothing wrong with it, because there's so many people who enjoy what I do. I'll give you an example. Actually, yeah, let's get to the. That's something I wanted to show you guys. Actually, I wanted to show you guys sort of like the stats. The stats of my YouTube page here. We'll go to my creator studio, and there's my videos there, right? Retro old school. That's me. Oh, by the way, if you have a channel you're starting, don't change the. If I can give you any advice, don't change your username and don't change your avatar. Your avatar is a little picture here. Don't change your username, because people are always going to refer and search for you through your username and identify through that little picture. So that's the original picture that I started with back in 2008. That's like, 9 years ago. And there it is right there, 25,000 subscribers. You always win some, lose some, And look at that, 27 million views, almost 28 million views. That's crazy, you know. But the thing I wanted to show you guys, just to show you how transparent I am, if you want to keep any kind of donations you can to keep them coming, I would really appreciate it, because this month has been terrible in terms of monetization, making revenue from videos. You see, look, if I click on, see, this month of May. Okay, now what do we got? We got 1 week left of May. Look at that, $400, man, US. So $400 US is about what, 600 Canadian? So let's say, I don't know, 500 US by the end of the month, and that's about 700 Canadian minus 30%. What's that going to leave me with? $400? Doesn't even fucking cover the rent. My rent alone is $675 a month. And then I got to pay bus pass, and then there's food, and then there's bills, and I mean, and there's all these other things here. Shares are up, and comments are down, and dislikes are up, and likes are down, and yeah, I noticed the dislikes are up. Yeah, well, what the hell with them all. I mean, really, some of them are bots. Subscribers gone down. I mean, you can't please everybody, and so if you want to send me you want to send me an email, you want to send me like a payment through PayPal, you can send it on my email address, which is eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. Elton like Elton John, and McFall MCFALL, and at hotmail.com. And I would really be appreciated if you're in Canada. You can send an e-transfer, which is a bank transfer. Again, same address, eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. And yeah, it's it's a lot of fun, but there's a price to pay for that. Sometimes I'm just so beat, I'm just physically drained, because I'm out walking around so much, and standing, and sometimes biking, and filming trucks, and filming old cars, and spotting cars and buses and emergency vehicles, and filming walks, and so you see, everything comes at a price. It's like people's negative comments. That's part of the game. It's like somebody who makes I don't know, $100,000 a year. There might be a price to pay for that, such as working overtime, working long days, working 12 hours a day. Like there's truck drivers that make that kind of money, but they work their fucking ass off. They drive like crazy. They have to sleep in their truck. They have to drive in crappy road conditions. They have to put up with bad drivers. That's why I have a tremendous respect for anybody who works in the fields of the things that I film. If you're a truck driver, I have friends who are bus drivers, and the ones that I'm friends with, they're positive people. They're old school like me, and they enjoy their job. But it's not obvious, it's got, as we say in French, c'est pas évident, which is English is not obvious, And so they have their challenges, like everything in life. And I'm always going to want to keep doing this. But, hell, if I ever can find a part-time job I'm actually satisfied with, I mean, I'm going to stick with it. Christ, I tried a job last fall. That didn't work out at all. I mean, man, I was... stupid Mickey Mouse job, Oh, anyway, that reminds me, again, I have to look into this stupid Patreon thing again. I say it's stupid because I know it's a great way for a guy, a creator like me, to get paid every month, by people like yourself who want to contribute, money every day, every month, and all that. But the thing is that, I had... I don't know, close my account or something. Then I tried to reactivate I sent an email for help. They got back to me days later, and then they're like, oh, we need your birth certificate or social insurance number and all this fucking bullshit, man. I'm like, are you kidding me or what, What am I, I'm applying to work for the fucking CIA here, FBI? Come on, man. you wear glasses. I'm always cleaning my glasses. I used to wear contact lenses, you know, and I had to give up on the contact lenses years ago because there was, it came to a point where my left eye started to hurt every time I would put that lens in, which is the eye I strain the most, you know. And so I gave up on the contact lenses, which is too bad because I know I look like a big nerd, and I used to look really pretty damn handsome without glasses, you know. Mind you, I need a shave there. Of course, where I live here in this neighborhood, it's like if you're clean cut, you're like, you probably think you're a narc or something, or a cop, you know, which I do look sometimes because I don't like beards, you know. And just a little bit about myself, you know, like I said, I'm a Capricorn. I was born Christmas Eve, 75, and come from a good family. My mom's still around. My father died in 2006. You know, I live with Gloria. I live alone. Yeah, I've become a loner over the last so many years. Typical artist, you know, eccentric, an oddball, a think outside the box kind of guy, a nonconformist. And when I say nonconformist, I mean I'm not a. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like somebody who live around my neighborhood here. They're like fucking borderline anarchists and communists. Not at all. Don't believe in that shit. I'm a liberal, but I can be a conservative about my certain views I have. You know, I mean, I love history, you know, even aspects of, you know, wars and aspects about, you know, weapons and stuff, but I don't believe in that stuff. I'm a peace-loving guy. I think there's enough hate out there. I don't like Donald Trump, but I do believe in some of his, you know, some of his views, you know, like making America great again, you know, things being made here and not overseas, and it's the downside to free trade, you know, it's just come to bite us in the ass where all their manufacturing sectors, especially in the States, not just here in Canada, are just, you know, they've like almost disappeared. Hell, you know, if you didn't notice, even our scrap cars, they go to China, they go on a fucking ship, they go down to China because they don't have any environmental laws over there, you know. And so I'm going to keep doing what I love doing. And hell, I was even thinking recently for the second or third time, like, man, if I find a part-time job, a lot of part-time jobs, you have to work weekends. I can't work weekends. That's when all the car shows are, you know? I mean, even though I'm visually impaired and I can't drive legally all these vehicles I love, I mean, you know, it's imperative that I get to those shows because 6 months out of the year there's fuck all going on here. Everything is in storage, you know. This is the opposite of Arizona or whatever, you know. So I like to film as many old vehicles as I can. And if you have a vehicle and you live in Montreal or nearby, or you know me already, I'd like to do a feature on it. You know, like for example, Brian, your Chrysler 300, you know, and then there's another Brian I know, which I didn't get to talk to you at the Julep with your Capri. You know, you guys get in touch with me, 514-598-1773. I'm much more of a proponent of telephone conversations versus emails and texts, you know. Anyway, that's it. I don't want to make this too long, but it probably already is. And again, thanks again, guys. Really, I never thought it would have gotten this far years ago. I think the only thing that I'm disappointed in is that, again, the revenue-wise, you know, it's like I once heard Krusty the Clown. It's like I once heard in the Simpsons episode, like Krusty the Clown once say, he's like, what's the point of being famous if you don't have the kahunas to back it up? You know, and seriously, I feel like sometimes I feel like a loser because I just get by. You know, and I don't even sell as much as I used to on eBay, but I do sell on Kijiji. It's just I get a lot of fucking strokers because like, oh, I'm interested, nothing happens, or all, you know, whatever. So. Again, if you want to send me something, if you're interested in any vintage ads, I'm going to be making another video about that really soon. I haven't done that in a while because I didn't think it was doing anything. But I'll show you guys some of my vintage ads I have on Kijiji if you want to check that out. Just to show you here, let's see here. Here's my, yeah, there I am, there's me. And there's my channel page. And look at that, I just lost 2 subscribers within like an hour. There you go. And I changed that, they call it a channel art, but I change this picture for my homepage like almost every day. And there's the link to what I have on Kijiji, but I don't know. I had one of you guys is American told me that it didn't show up. The link didn't work, so let me know if it doesn't work, because it kind of bothers me. I'm trying to, you know, make the damn things work. Look, I got over almost 1,800 listings here, see? Just to show you, give a quick overview of what I have here. Everything, every car make you can imagine practically I have. Anything from Kaisers to Thunderbirds to Hondas and BMWs. I got all kinds of electronic ads, booze, cigarettes, all kinds of stuff. Actually, kind of, that reminds me, I got to go wrap up an ad right now, come to think of it, that I sold. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And again, thank you very much. Merci beaucoup à tout le monde pour avoir abonné, pour être fidèle à ma chaîne. Et je vous remercie beaucoup, c'est très apprécié. And I'm going to keep rocking, and I'm going to finish by showing you guys the Monarch painting and the Christine painting and this picture I bought for 10 bucks that actually have lights that light up, but I need a special plug for it. And there's Gloria. Hi, Gloria. Next couch I get, you're not going to destroy it like this, eh? And I'll show you this. Another typical cloudy morning, just like it is always. Yeah. So that's it, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.